Happening today, RFK Jr. set to testify before the Senate Finance Committee to highlight the president's health care agenda, all as Florida is moving to end school vaccine mandates. Florida Surgeon General Dr. Joseph Ladapo weighing in on this decision.
Every last one of them is wrong and drips with disdain and slavery. Who am I as a government or anyone else, or who am I as a man standing here now to tell you what you should put in your body?
The Active Life Program's Dr. Austin Lake, a functional medicine practitioner, joins us now. Dr. Lake, good morning to you. So what's going to happen to Florida once vaccine mandates are removed?
Well, I mean, I think it's always a good thing to have freedom when it comes to your health care. And so I can't imagine that it would negatively have an impact on the people of Florida, because we've seen that the COVID vaccines have been, especially for the younger population, have been a detriment, not a benefit.
You can certainly expect vaccines to come up when RFK Jr. gets grilled before Congress. So it's going to be what happened at the CDC? Why are you firing all these people? What's going on with vaccines? But there's going to be an overarching question, an overarching takeaway that I want our audience to be prepared for. And I'm going to ask you this question. Is our country healthier and safer with RFK Jr. at the helm?
Well, I think, just to be wise with that statement, I think that it's too early to be determined, but I think we're on the right path. We'll have to look back in time to see exactly all the benefits that RFK and the MAHA movement are providing. But I think we can't get much worse. When you look at the rates of obesity, look at the rates of ADHD, and you look at the rates of just autoimmunity, even childhood cancer, I think we were moving in the wrong direction. So if anywhere, we can only really go up from here, in my opinion.
So Dr. RFK Jr. wrote a Wall Street Journal op-ed ahead of his testimony today, which is sure to have some fiery moments. And he said in this op-ed, for years, the CDC has presided over rising chronic disease, a true modern pandemic. And since 2024, declining life expectancy, trust has collapsed. The American people no longer believe the CDC has their best interest at heart. President Trump has asked me to restore that trust and return the CDC to its core mission. Do you think he'll be able to do those things?
I think he wants to. I think he has a strong desire. The only thing that's going to be in his way is the influence from Big Pharma. There's a lot of money to be made off the sick. We don't incentivize people to help other people get healthy. And I think if we started to do that, where if hey, you want to get paid to help somebody improve their life instead of somebody to get worse off. And I think that's what we've been seeing for the last several decades. And so I think he has a big task in front of him, but I do think it's a really good goal. And I think we are getting the right people in place to start doing that. So that is an encouraging thing.
Outcomes based. I love that. Meantime, switching gears, kids under 16 years of age in England preparing to be banned from buying energy drinks due to the harsh side effects of consumption. We're talking sleep disturbances, agitation, heartbeat abnormalities, diarrhea, jittery, seizures. Do you want to see the U.S. follow suit? About 40 seconds to you, Doctor.
Yeah, absolutely. When you look at what's in these energy drinks, not only is there a high level of caffeine, which lingers in your system for 7 to 10 hours at a time. So if you're consuming it late in the afternoon, it's going to disrupt your sleep. And I think from my research, about 40 to 50% of kids are consuming these drinks, and about 35 to 40% of these same kids are having sleep problems. So now you're having issues with hormonal production. You're requiring stimulants the next day just to kind of get through, and it creates a very vicious cycle. But not only that, there are ingredients in there that are disrupting the gut microbiome, so making their inflammation worse. They are synthetic vitamins, so they're not real, and so they create issues with methylation, which is a detox process. And so there's really a lot of ongoing issues from these consumption of these products. And so I would love to see that, because it really just has to happen. I think this is playing into the RFK problem that we're just talking about.
Yeah, and getting rid of these energy drinks for kids could play into the outcomes-based approach that you're talking about. Dr. Lake, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
I'm Steve Doocy. I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.